So if you want to be able to tell your story, you have to be resilient enough to get through the challenging part so that you can make it to the part where you can look back and tell everybody, I did it. And what I tell people is everybody in life has a story. And ever since I've been in the professional speaking space, maybe you have people in the legal space who maybe come to you with the same question. They'll say, hey, Dre, I see you, did a TED talk or you do some speech, some public speech somewhere. They'll say, I want to get into speaking, Dre. And I'll ask them, well, what do you want to speak about? Why do you want to get into speaking? Often their answer is, I have a story. I've been through this. I've been through that. That's often the answer I get from people. I have a story. Thing is, every human being on the planet has a story. Even the person living under the overpass, getting off the highway, they have a story too. Everybody has a story. The problem is not everybody's story will draw an audience of people who want to hear it. And what makes your story worth listening to is not that you have one, but it's the fact that you went through the rough stuff and you kept going to the point that you can stand on a stage or in front of a camera and you can say to the audience, I've been where you are and I made it through to get to this stage. Let me tell you how I did it. But if you're a person who goes through the rough stuff, and you don't make it through and you quit, then you still have a story. It's just nobody wants to hear it. So if you want to be able to tell your story, you have to be resilient enough to get through the challenging part so that you can make it to the part where you can look back and tell everybody, I did it. Let me tell you how it goes. And the thing is, in general, Steve, most people just quit and on anything. And I saw a lot of athletes who had more talent than me from my neighborhood, players I played with and against in college. And the reason why I was able to make it is because I just kept going at the points that many of them fell off. They just either didn't want to keep working on their game. They were in college and they didn't go to class, so they end up being ineligible. They made some mistake off the court, or they just didn't want to go through the grind and the hustle of trying to get into pro after we got out of college, because none of us had anybody waving a contract in our face from that level. It's just people get bored with the grind of just showing up every single day and doing the job. That's what makes it a job, is the fact that it's not always fun. Because if it was always fun, it wouldn't be a job. What makes it a job is that you get bored and that it's monotonous and it's the same stuff over and over again. And it can put you to sleep when you have to do the same things every single day. And that's what separates the pros from the amateurs, is showing up every single day and delivering, even when there's no excitement kind of behind the showing up. And as you keep doing that, eventually you build up the momentum without even thinking about it that eventually leads to the success.